That's all cool.
The wind is so bad here.
So today, on the plan, I had a Zone 2 bike ride, which is part of the threshold build that I've been doing, which is just some sort of like 10-minute intervals at the top of my Zone 2. So, because the weather's so nice, I decided to go outside, try it outside on the road. So, see how we get on. That's a little bit trial and error today as well, because this is the first time that I've had a chance to try and video on the bike bumps. So if the audio is unbearable, I do really apologise. But we're going to do a couple of laps around the town. Just nothing crazy, we're not going for any PBs. Just a good, maybe 25 mile, good solid effort. I'm going to get out past this busy part where there's a bit of traffic. And then when I get a chance to sort of settle down a little bit and talk, I'll jump back on there. We'll see what it's like. Let's catch you soon.
A few moments later.
So, we've just come to the first little climb. Well, the end of the first little climb of this track. Often run up here. So the plan for today is to just do 2 laps of the town route, which I've done running a few times. Should be around about 25-30 miles. As I was saying, at the end of the first uphill section, you can't take the aero bars because the road surface is absolute garbage. But it's not so bad here. And so far so good. Right, so this next section is a bit tricky because we've got a really steep downhill. There's a chicane around the roundabout, then I've got a really steep climb back out of Shildon. So let's see how we do with this one. Well, I'm home. Did barely any filming there, but basically we did 40k, average speed of just under 30k an hour, so I'm happy with that. For what has really just been a Zone 2 ride. Just the sun's just, I mean, you can see around, blue skies, sun's out, temperature's pretty good, so I couldn't bear sitting in and doing a Zone 2 ride on Zwift today. So, and to be fair, because of the loop, the way I had to go out and come back, it's actually worked out about an hour and a half, as opposed to I think what was programmed down on Zwift was just over an hour. So yeah, I'm happy with that. But right, let's get in, get recovered, and we'll have a little chat about the ride. So first and foremost, fair play to anybody who videos while they're out on the bike, because I tell you, with the traffic, the wind, the road surfaces, trying to keep hold of this while I was filming was just nigh impossible. I haven't looked at the footage from the couple of clips that I did film on the bike yet, but I can't imagine it being very good. But yeah, really, I mean, going back to what I was trying to do today is, I'm trying to do all these base rides outside now. I mean, it's on days like this, there's no reason to be inside on Zwift. I mean, maybe if we get a cold spell and it's icy again, or we get any more snow, then obviously I'll start doing them on Zwift again. But I think for now I'm going to sort of just reserve Zwift for the actual tempo workouts and things, because I don't have a power meter on my bike. So at least with Zwift, it lets me train to power, which is a little bit more consistent than training to heart rate. I was trying to aim to try and keep everything today, not so much to think about how the legs felt, but trying to keep the heart rate at the sort of top end of my Zone 2, around about 150. And most of the times I checked was turning out to be around about 145 plus. So from testing on Zwift and doing a lot of running and things like that, that's around about, I think that is usually the heart rate I'm kind of putting out in intervals, around about 170 watts. But obviously that will change, because some points, I mean, you go up hills. I mean, if you've done any riding on Zwift and things like that, or if you've done any riding outside with a power meter, you'll know it's much easier to put higher wattage out going up a hill than it is going down the other side of it. So, and it does sort of like average out, and I believe that's what people refer to as normalised power. So we'll have a look, yeah, I'll have a look at the heart rate to see if there's any sort of spikes and things like that, but I'd like to think on the flats I felt like I was putting a pretty honest effort out with my legs, and the heart rate seemed to suggest that as well, so I'm pretty happy with how the ride went. The other reason behind going out today again outside is because obviously things like this, hydration and sort of nutrition on the bike's really important for the Ironman. Sitting in Zwift where the bike's bolted into place, you don't get any bumps, you don't get any shakes, you don't get gusts of wind when you're trying to eat and drink on the bike. So I'm just trying to get used to kind of like getting bottles down my neck on the bike. I took 2 out a day and I'm probably about 2/3 of the way through this one, and I barely touched this one. So so for the sort of 40k that I did, I haven't really took on a lot of liquids, so that's something that I'm really going to have to work on. I just took the 2 normal bottles today, but I do have an X-Lab Torpedo on the bike, so basically I just need to kind of get that set up again and just practice just taking sips out of that, and then use these bottles probably just to fill the Torpedo up, and then I'm not sort of twisting around trying to grab bottles off the bike. But all in all, I really enjoyed it. It was great. After spending all winter stuck inside on Zwift, it's really nice to get outside in the sun and ride the bike outside. I found it a little bit easier, if anything. I mean, obviously having the bike moving underneath you just makes you a little bit more comfortable than having it bolted in place and sitting so static on the trainer indoors. And the wife will probably be happy to have the bedroom back and not have a bike set up in there. So right, I'll leave it there for now. Just, yeah, like I say, I mean, nothing particularly too interesting today. Just a quick update, and just say we are getting out on the bike again now, and a test to see how the footage came. But I think probably most of the update videos are going to be reserved for runs, just because it's just so much easier and it's a lot safer to film on the run. There was a few times sort of like trying to manipulate the camera today, and the traffic's quite bad around where I cycle, and I think you're just better off having your eyes on the road and having your hands on the handlebars. So yeah, I think I'll do most of the update videos on the runs from now on. Right, so I'll leave that as it is, and thanks for checking in.